Amen. What truths, what hopes, what memories plant through the charred sheets that long passed for songs. You stabbing at my side as I settled to sleep. Like a season I rose from that yearly defeat. But seasons are swift, and soon I'll see you flee. Did I spit in your face? Did I kiss you goodbye? As your laughter like blood would once fall from the sky to drench entire towns. I miss those times. So cling to the curb, for not even the birds speak of freedom, and freedom is not free from words. And as thunderclouds yearn for the sun, my Icarus tongue is burnt. Numb. Yes, this is the shoreline. There once was the beach, and those were the faces you were to make in your sleep. The waterfront is bustling again. But did we miss the boat only, or were we complicit in the slow, steady murder of tides by the river? Roll back the months, honey, and sit back and shiver. For now we distribute the blame. No blame, says the I-Ching. Too late, cries the cutter. Our hopes, all realized, were never enough to escape from the cusp of the heaven that we thought that we sought. Too close for comfort, but too far to deceive you. I submit my remit was always to leave you behind, as yours was to leave me, and I know you agree. So cling to the curb, for not even the birds speak of freedom, and freedom is not free from words. And as thunderclouds yearn sun. My Icarus tongue is burnt numb. Thank you, you're very kind. It's very lovely to be back here. I was last here a year ago, just before Christmas time. It was colder still, and there weren't so many very wonderful, beautiful people here. This is really, really great. And I've got a new album out called Vampires. It's creeping out in the next few months, but then I'm allowed to slip out a couple of copies tonight for anyone who's interested, very cheekily. But this is off that album. This is called Come Back to Me. This was written in Cape Town at a time where the waters were rising on the most beautiful houses just off the beach, and they were creeping the water up to the edge of the doors, and creeping up to the windows, and creeping, creeping, creeping. Red was very much the color, kids and witches and eyes. Princes howled from behind their gates. I know it's coming, boys. Bodies rooted firmly in the present at the foot of a rising sea that sings wide. Not come back to me. Why not come back to me? Behind the razor wire fence, encased in vines, what's this? Broken limbs of a tree that will fall, still denying it exists. We rode our horse to the edge of it, got off and settled, knowing just each other. At least I thought we did. And why not come back to me? Why not come back to me? By the actions of a sugar bird that you would not have seen, the stranger caught the briefest glimpse of the best that might have been. Wally threw that bird in an open fire and squawked and howled as the flames expired, and none of this he ever understood. Dankeschön. So I have some very special friends here tonight that I'm going to be inviting up in a moment. But first I'm just going to play one more song which feels appropriate to people in the prime of their lives. This is a prayer that everybody here tonight should depart two by two, perhaps with somebody with whom you entered this room, perhaps not, and perhaps somebody you've just met, should depart to their respective beds two by two and wake up with great smiles upon their faces tomorrow morning. I don't write very many songs so cheerful, but this is one. I hope this prayer comes true for every one of you. Washed my face in a shrinking pond, where you gave me shelter, but not for long, where every soul unveils itself too easily and soon. In the highway tangle of passing lusts, where gods lived forever when they believed in us, I claim this arid kingdom as I rise from out the smog. And the road forever toward stones beholding, the whip directs the hand that holds it, like ships we're bound and boundless, and of course our course will shift again. No queries formed in the stagnant lake, and now if mirrors and makeup distort my faith, it was meant to be distorted, and it's all been worth the wait. So now I will introduce this next song by saying that every song can be performed in many places in many different circumstances. And the last time of note that I have to perform this last song, I was in a big field in Hampstead Heath in the middle of London, where a very cruel, evil Danish man named Michael Jaeger Jensen forced me to dress up as a cowboy and hunt down my great love, who had been stolen by some evil bandits wearing fake moustaches, and only with a horse, a hobby horse, one of those funny horses on sticks that I had to ride around, with a little plastic gun that went pow, and I had to run about singing this song. It was for a music video. I'm told that was a good cause, but nevertheless it was a strange experience. This is a far more pleasurable one, and it is one of the great honors and privilege of my life to be able to invite up on stage some of the guys from Alton Gymnasium Bremen. So this is David, this is Malik, this is Carol, and they're far better musicians than me, because if I were given a song and half an hour to prepare, I would have been in tears at best. And certainly would not have been as calm and fun to jam around with as these guys. And I hope you enjoy this one. I'm going to enjoy playing it, so I hope you at the very least experience my joy. It's going to be amazing. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the soul will fade, our hopeless triumphs with our great escapes, and the loves that were betrayed with the other loves still alive, that we've sworn to cherish always. But there will come a time, and there will come a time when he gripping glass body that trickles away will not betray a tear nor the sphere of a word. The bird of memory flies, and there will come a time. But what fear you now? What fear you now? The tears will flow back through the eyes as snow on a pine, on a bed where were roses in the ears of thorns. And there will come a time when each heart is picked, ripped not or gobbled whole by whomever may find it. But till then will your alabaster pedestal stand bare, or be filled by a codex of legs entwined? Either way there'll come a time. But what fear you now? What fear you now? The tears will flow back through the eyes as snow on a fire, on a bed where were roses in the ears of thorns. And there will come a time gold will have no store, and will ask not for whom the bell tolls now, for there will be no bell to toll. The very oceans will turn to gold, and the old bitterness will turn to ash. Both grey and invisible, our present and our past, since you asked, there will come a time. But what fear you now? What fear you now? The tears will flow back through the eyes as snow on a fire, on a bed where were roses in the ears of thorns. Take it away, guys. Come on, come on. Let's do another one. Okay. No. So we're gonna use a very clever plan now. I need a volunteer. Volunteer in the audience. Yes, you have a very special role. You're going to be assisting one of the finest violinists in Germany. Viola player, sorry. That is a dreadful, dreadful error. I have a viola player who would beat this shit out of me if I said something like that. One of the finest viola players in Britain. We good? Okay, now that everybody's ready, I'm going to tell a long and boring story about this song. It was a long time ago, and I found a 17-year-old boy's diary. And as I was wont to do, I read it, and it contained the most awful and embarrassing personal details about deep feelings of love for one person, and then deep feelings of love for another person, and gratuitous sexual imagery that I would feel far more comfortable using now, but was far better at using then. And anyway, many years later, I found myself possessed in the body of the very same 17-year-old, just many years later, and it was a very uncomfortable feeling to find my old diary. And this is a song that was half written when I was 17, and half written many years later. This is called I Had a Dream. It's off my last record, Immortality, but This is the way it was meant to sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dream. I bought her drinks. I kissed her in the pub, we called it love. I took some pills to get myself to sleep. And 5 years now it's been, and the first verse was scrawled in a book that I'd filled by 17, and I don't know if she ever was, but I sure would give it lots for another dream. I had a dream. I bought her drinks. I kissed her in the pub, we called it love. I took some pills to get myself to sleep. These guys are the finest backing band you're ever going to see. Now, I want to tell you one more little detail, which is that over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a lot of things together. I'm going to be appearing at their school next Monday, I believe it is. And then possibly a couple of folks may or may not be joining me at a little gig at Lux just up the road next Tuesday, which would be very exciting. And then on February the 5th, all of these guys and a bunch of other folks are going to be playing an all-day with me at Quito. And I feel very uncomfortable now, because I'm going to play a couple of songs on my own before I invite Alyosha to join me on final track this evening. And I feel dreadfully ashamed of how this is going to sound without the backing of these guys. But on February 5th, you'll be able to hear more songs with them. Guys, thank you. This has been a dreadful treat for me. In London I play with a little orchestra backing me, and in Germany I've been touring around all on my lonesome, and to be able to have such fine backing musicians is really not something that happens very often. This next song is called Sickle Moon, and I want you to imagine it with them backing me and with a bunch of other folks backing me, a couple of opera singers, because that's what it sounds like on the record, but it's a really, really quiet song. Again, is a song from South Africa, and it describes a moon disappearing behind a mountain, never to come up as the same moon again, depending on whether one takes the teleological or deontological view of the world, and whether or not the moon is the same moon every time it rises. But this is called Sickle Moon. Just a moon, there's no blackness, falling slow across the bay now so still. No waiting till a blade reveals the space where once was light. There's no silence that her whispers once would fill. It's just a moon, and the night is not attuned to blood red nights once shed. Brighter stars don't wink, did not conspire, have nothing to confess, and the banquet table ocean does not slide towards its shortest leg. The sickle is just a moon. 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 It has no gloomy purpose to perfectly and certainly fulfill. Not chopping stories from sandcastles of might and beans, and it is not creeping closer, 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 closer still. The sickle is just a moon. The sickle is just a moon. Just a moon. The sickle is just a moon. There's no woman in the tree trunks contorting in the wind and falling. The stars bear no witness of any greater black, and it certainly was not for me that it sent. There's no woman in the tree trunks contorting in the wind and falling. The heart Love's gazelle was not ensnared by a thorny stillborn spring, and the hours don't crawl, they gallop and they sing. But nothing by morning will ever be lost. Nothing ever was lost. Thank you. So, as many of these stories begin, it was a long time ago. I was young, she was younger. Mark, you of all people are not allowed to laugh at something like that. And every night, I would live and die in my poems, live and die beside her in my poems, because that's the sort of pretentious, ridiculous person that I am. And every night, she would live and die beside me on her Facebook page. And I wasn't on Facebook back then, and our relationship wasn't there so noted. And gradually her friends began to suspect that something was up. Why was my name not there? Was it this that led to our eventual demise? Who can say to what extent any one thing causes another to occur? But in any event, I'm here tonight and she's not. I'm now on Facebook. I have many friends. Some of them I've known for years, and I love them very dearly. Others I knew years ago, hadn't spoken to for years, and they found me. And others I've met on nights like this, in places like this, and we message each other and we poke each other, and it's great. And this is a song from that time. It's off my last record. This is called Tomorrow's Gone. So I'll come to you in the sigh of an hour, when there's no one else around. All have passed this way, passed into their places. And it wasn't just the one grey year, there was no hunt lost of words. Silent heartaches fester, and it's been so very long. And now tomorrow's gone. Tomorrow's gone. Oh, now his bag, actually. But leave your cool there, and if anybody comes to you tomorrow and says, hey, I caught you singing at a rock show at Havana Casino, you can just say it was that twat Adam Donen from London. He made me feel like an absolute arsehole if I didn't sing along with him. And I'll show you how it goes. It's now, tomorrow's gone. You can do that, can't you? Now, tomorrow's gone. Oh, now, tomorrow's gone. I'll play real hard in a minute, and I want everybody. Now, tomorrow's gone. Now, tomorrow's gone. Come on, as loud as you can sing it. Now, tomorrow's gone. Come on. Now, tomorrow's gone. Now, tomorrow's gone. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh now. One more time. You guys are really pretty wonderful. I just want you to know that. Now, I've had many pleasures of late, playing with many of the finest musicians across the world. You saw a couple of them this evening, and now you're going to see. And now you're going to see two more. It's been my great honor for the last few days to be touring with Miss Gillian Grassi from Philadelphia in the United States. She's going to join me on the harp. This is my last song for tonight. It's been my even greater honor, and I mean this with all due deference to Gillian, who is one of the finest musicians you're ever going to hear, and you're going to hear a set of her own later, and she really is amazing. It's my even greater honor to be joined by Alyosha from Alten Gymnasium Bremen. Now let me tell you about Alyosha, for anyone who doesn't know, because you really all should know about him. He's a pianist, and he's a very amazing pianist, and he was planning on coming and playing piano with me tonight, which is a very noble and admirable ambition, and I was very grateful to him for planning on doing this. I knew very little about the structure of this evening, you'll understand, so do not blame me for anything. I'm saying this to Alyosha rather than me, rather than you guys, but we appeared here, and one of the things for which this venue is notable for many things, it's famous, it's in all the tour guides of Bremen, but one of the things it says in the tour guides is, doesn't have a piano. And this posed a problem for us tonight, wanting to do some piano songs. So, as all great musicians will, he said, well, what is there? And the answer was, there's a cello. And he said, all right, I'll play the cello. There's Alyosha. And this is let me tell you about this one, because this is an England song, and England just about qualifies as exotic here. It'll be even more exotic in a year's time when the idiots who run my country get themselves out of the European Union, which is a very dumb thing for them to be doing, and I don't know why they're doing it, and that's another story entirely. But this is from the east of England, from a place called Saxmundham, where the sky... Well, actually, has anyone ever been to Saxmundham? Don't. It's awful. The sky is grey, the sea is grey, nothing lives, nothing grows. And we walked along the grey beach, her and I, and there was a big grey plaque in the middle of the grey beach, and it said, as plaques in a place like this are wont to do, all of the voices that would not be drowned. And we didn't know where it came from. We agreed we'd both write a song using that line. And she tried, and she failed, and she's dead now. I'm told the two are unrelated, and when I tell that joke in England, everybody laughs because they realize, of course she's not dead. It's a ridiculous idea. And around Germany it varies, but anyway. She was a very, very beautiful girl, and she now stars in second-rate musicals, and I loved her once, and I don't anymore. And this is called Sophia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Servants indiscriminately, where all of the voices that would not be drowned are drowned. Sophia, where are you now? Sophia, where are you now? The wind that wipes away my tracks is rage and resignation vie for me. Melodramatic, neurotic and vindictive, I am exactly as you made me. Sucking myself slowly was down. Sophia, where are you now? Sophia, where are you now? Is unfettered from its silver clasp, the heart of glass remains on the altar where the kids collect, where once we held the blade, with one eye on the faded trunk and one eye on the hour. The trees that once were children seem who will love us now. Beyond recrimination and dreaming of you. Slender hands round slender wrists raise nothing from nothing and then dissolve. Hear the sea that itself counts for nothing. I need you. I'm Donen. Good night. Thank you.